What's up, guys? So check it out. I just wanted to tell you, yesterday I shared about a study session that I was currently working on, and I showed you a little bit of my past study sessions, and then I showed you a study session that I had just finished. It's not just one session; it's more like a study, like course, fair to say. But anyways. So here's the one that I'm on right now. Yesterday, if you remember, if you watched the video from yesterday, this was basically completely blank. Okay, but anyways, why did I get into all this? First of all, is because it all started with nutrition. It all started with a diet. It all started with moving towards improving my diet, which, fair to say, was many years ago. Not that I was good at it many years ago, but that's when it started. Then as I progressed, I wanted to know how that nutrition was used by the body. One thing led to another, and I got, fair to say, I'm becoming obsessed with the human body. Anyways, with that being said, that's how it all started, guys. And I started looking into nutrients, which first was like carbs, proteins, etc., nucleotides, etc., fats. Anyways, and then from there I went into the digestive system, and then so on and so forth. So this study session, this is what it's consisted of. Okay, it consisted of this is what this exact study session consisted of. These a few notes. Okay, a few notes. And that's the end of that. So those notes I just showed you. Then I used those notes and I organized them a little better. And I put 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. I put a little description where necessary. Okay, a nice description where necessary. Okay, and then there it is. They continue. Okay, and that's that. So that. And then from there, for example, this is my rough draft. Okay, this was my first sketch that I made. When I started to take notes, I would also use my sketch. And so while I was watching my video, while I was watching the video, I was also jumping around different websites, researching further about specific parts of this picture so that I could understand it better. That way I could grow my notes or strengthen my notes. Anyways, from there, this is going to be basically my final draft. Okay, so then after I did my rough draft, I was taking notes, starting to understand my whole lesson that I was on. And then after that, now I got my final draft here basically. And I'm going to take these. And for example, where it says 1, that says thoracic aorta. Well, that's right here. So I'm going to put a 1 there. Where it says 2, that says aortic hiatus. And that is right here. That dotted line right there. And then right there where it says inferior phrenic arteries. These are those 2 up here. Okay. The lesson, if you see my past video from yesterday, I was showing you a study session or lesson that I had before this. That was all about this trunk specifically. And I explained a little bit about that lesson. But anyways, it was called the celiac trunk. And so that last video where I was talking about how I was learning about the circulatory system, it had to do with this right here. Okay, but anyways, so now I'm learning about it all, and that's how I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna go from here, plug in the numbers here, and just by drawing the picture and taking notes, I could probably fill in this paper now without my notes, and I know pretty good amount about it. And it's very interesting. Anyways, one thing connects to another. For example, lastly, I'll mention One thing connects to another. I say that a lot. So while I started to learn about the aorta, there's different parts to the aorta, then something came up. What came up was vertebrae. Okay, vertebrae, or your spine.